While playing with her son, the woman was knocked over and noticed something unusual about him. He gazed at her ambiguously and made heavy breathing sounds. The woman quickly pushed her son away, just about to ask him what was wrong, when he returned to his innocent demeanor. In the evening, as she changed into her pajamas to go to sleep, the door suddenly opened, and her son came in, sweetly asking her to sleep with him. The woman smiled and agreed. In the middle of the night, the son suddenly opened his eyes and reached out to gently caress the woman's cheek like a lover.
The next day, he seemed to have forgotten about yesterday's events and happily accompanied his mother to pick up his father to return home.
Our family looked very happy. On the woman's birthday, a party was held at home. She was busy attending to guests and showing affection with her husband. Suddenly, she turned and met her son's resentful gaze. She was just about to ask when her son ran away. As she went to the kitchen to get something, her son called out to her saying, "I hate you," and then ran upstairs.
The woman wanted to chase after him, but the lights suddenly went out. She was plunged into darkness and fell to the ground. Then the lights came back on, as if deliberately teasing her.
The next day, after sending her husband off to work, the woman went to take a shower, not noticing that her son was hiding outside watching. After a while, he suddenly opened a drawer and took the woman's underwear. The woman heard the sound of a drawer closing and came out suspiciously to check, but the son had already left. When she finished getting dressed and was about to go out, she saw that the basement door was open. This was her first time coming to the basement, and she found it covered in cobwebs, indicating no one had been here for a long time. The son was curled up against a wall, burning with a high fever and looking very uncomfortable.
The woman hurriedly carried him back to the bedroom.
And the woman saw that her son had a high fever and hurried to the drawer to search for a thermometer, but found her own underwear in her son's drawer. She didn't have time to investigate further and hurried back with the thermometer. Seeing her son start to babble incoherently due to the fever, she was heartbroken, just about to lean closer when he suddenly smiled, opened his eyes, lively jumped out of bed, and ran away.
The woman was very angry about his teasing, suddenly heard the sound of breaking glass, and when she chased out to look, her photo with her husband was shattered. Angrily wanting to spank the little rascal, she got startled midway, and angrily quickened her chase, only to step on an ice patch on the ground and injure her ankle. The woman thought it was an accident, but she didn't see the malicious look in her son's eyes. When her husband came home, she angrily complained about their son's playmate, but her husband didn't care much. He smiled and consoled her a bit, then went to have a token heart-to-heart with their son. The son acted very normal, so the husband didn't think much of it. Little did he know, after he left, the son secretly went to the basement, took out the husband's photo from the picture, and cut off his head. At this moment, the husband returned to the bedroom and secretly added a sedative to his wife's water cup, making the unsuspecting wife drink it. Unaware that this cup of water was the key to unraveling the mystery, the woman slept fitfully and was awakened by strange noises. Turning her head, she saw the wardrobe moving as if trying to block the door.
The woman rushed up to try to stop it, but she was completely unable to resist this mysterious force.
She thought she would be trapped to death in the bedroom. At that moment, the door was suddenly pushed open from the outside, and a hand holding a knife reached in.
She jumped up in terror, intending to close the door, and to her surprise, when she pushed hard, it actually closed. Dazed, the woman collapsed into a chair, thinking she might escape through the window, but the window turned into a wall. The knife appeared behind her, continuously swiping through the air, tearing her nightgown. She suddenly woke up from the nightmare, but her nightgown was indeed torn. The boy pasted a picture of his father on the swing, and then started to swing.
An empty swing. Meanwhile, the plane the father was flying began to shake violently, and all the instruments in the cockpit malfunctioned. Fortunately, the wife arrived just in time to steady the swaying swing, and the husband's plane instantly returned to stability. For the wife didn't see that photo, missing the chance to learn the truth. At this moment, the son was playing with a doll, suddenly giving a sinister smile, and took out scissors to cut open the doll's neck. The woman was searching everywhere for her son, when she suddenly saw her son holding a painting and crying. The painting depicted a woman killing a man with a knife. In a daze, the woman seemed to remember something. She had an ex-husband, who always controlled her with drugs, and she killed him with a knife to escape from him. The woman was terrified, unable to believe she was a murderer. At this moment, the husband returned. The woman said she had killed someone, but the husband, as if he didn't hear, continually comforting. He also put tranquilizers in her water. But he didn't expect the woman to wake up again. Upon waking, she found her husband was not there, so she went out to look for him and heard there was a sound in the basement, and she found her husband was smashing the wall. At this moment, she finally realized something was wrong and questioned her husband about what he was doing. It turns out that it was not the woman who killed her ex-husband. It was the husband. In order to have her, he killed the ex-husband and hid the body in the wall. This house originally belonged to the ex-husband. The man, afraid of being discovered by others, deliberately bought the house and moved in, resulting in the whole family suffering. The truth shocked the woman. In a moment of impulse, she killed her husband with a pickaxe, but she quickly realized and wanted to throw his body into the wall. Suddenly, a mouse darted out and crawled into the woman's skirt, scaring her greatly. A scream. After the rat ran away, she persistently threw the corpse in. Just when she thought it was all over, a cabinet flew in front of her, and inside the cabinet was only a knife. She saw her own hand pick up the knife and cut her own throat. The son seemed unaware of all this, carefully preparing snacks, talking to his invisible friend, and playing on his favorite swing together.